you all. Thank you for being flexible and coming at 2 versus our usual 10 o'clock. And we have a lot to go over, but Gary and Liz need this packed by 2:45 or I'm going to get the hook. So I'm going to talk really fast. So I was going to welcome Patty Trevor, and she may be on the outing because we just wanted to show her how much we appreciated all the work she put into the When Your Life's Journey Ends. Yeah, that was an awesome a series of seminars, and it's something that we're hoping Front Porch will do front porch wide because it's so necessary, and I think you all got a lot out of it. So, and unfortunately, we're here again. COVID is back. Not too bad, and because everyone's been vaccinated, the symptoms haven't been terrible, but never pleasant. So right now we've got 3 residents who are currently positive, 1 staff member. Keep in mind, we're noticing that you get symptoms about 24 to 48 hours before you'll actually test positive. So during those 24 to 48 hours where you feel crummy, but you don't see the positive line yet, please just stay in your apartment if you can. Obviously, we're going to bring you food if you don't feel good. We'd rather err on the side of safety. So, and if you have been exposed or you feel sick, please stay in your apartment, call nursing, and they will come and do a rapid test on you. Okay? Monthly financials, we'll talk about this a little bit more when we go over the resident engagement survey results, but a lot of what is not favorable is transparency and being part of the budget process. And so Front Porch is really making an effort this year to keep you guys well informed about our financials. And so every month, once they release the financials, I'll be doing an overview. You're getting that letter. And then the financials are available for your review in the library in the book titled Fiscal Year 24 Financials. State of the organization is here next Wednesday at 10 a.m. So think about the questions that you want to ask, and obviously it's going to be in person for me the first time, so it's all new for me, but it'll start with the usual. Sean will say something, Ed Salvador will go over the financials, he'll have a video, and then I'll do a presentation for the community, and then we'll have some time to ask questions, etc. So hopefully you'll all be able to attend. And I never thought in all the years I've been putting together and updating emergency operations manuals that we'd ever have to look at the hurricane tab. But for the first time ever, we have to look at the hurricane tab. And so we do anticipate high winds, and I'm going to read the storm statement to you in just a second. If you've got a smartphone or the Weather Channel, you're getting these updates. It's a good idea to just keep looking at them and heed the warnings. So high winds, if we do experience the high winds and they're expecting gusts up to 65 miles an hour on Monday, it's best to keep your drapes and your blinds closed. That will mitigate if there's broken glass or a projectile coming through your window. It's going to reduce any damage or injury to you. So we want to make sure that we keep those drapes and those blinds closed when it gets windy on Monday. If the power goes out, the emergency lights in the hallways will be on. They're pretty low light, and unfortunately, we haven't yet reallocated the generator power. It's 70% over at the care center right now. It's in our CapEx budget for next year to reallocate so that 75% is coming to the village. We're not going to need as much. We don't have the medical equipment that we need to run. So that is in the process. So in the meantime, we can always make sandwiches. We've got a grill. We can cook burgers. We'll have a camp out. We'll do good if we have a power outage. If you're in the elevator when the power goes out, don't panic. There's a phone in there and a button. Just call on the phone, the monitoring company. will call the front desk. If the power's out, they'll manage to get in touch with 911, the fire department directly. I've seen the fire department open several elevators, so they've got the equipment to do it. So just stay calm. It gets a little hot in there, but they will be there to get you out. Let's see, you'll want to secure, if you've got outdoor furniture and outdoor plants, if you can bring your plants in, that's probably the best thing to do. If you've got outdoor furniture, it's not a bad idea to stack it closest to the wall of your home. If you really feel like it might be a danger, then go ahead and have maintenance put it downstairs and remove it until the storm passes. If you are on oxygen, if you've got a concentrator, nursing is making sure that we've got enough portable oxygen tanks in the building, but it's not a bad idea. If you've got those oxygen tanks, if you call your durable medical equipment provider and request that they deliver them tomorrow. And if you don't have to be out tomorrow and Monday, don't go out. Don't go out. Let me read you, and I'll go fast, Gary, because I know we've got limited time. But I want to read you the actual current storm watch warning. Tropical storm watch remains in effect. Locations affected: Santa Ana, Anaheim, Irvine, and Fullerton. Wind, latest local forecast. Equivalent tropical storm force winds, peak wind forecast 35 to 45 miles per hour, will gust to 65 miles per hour. Window for tropical storm force winds, Sunday afternoon until early Monday morning. Threat to life and property, that includes typical forecast uncertainty in track size and intensity. So obviously be prepared, maybe Sunday morning we might start getting some of these winds. The wind threat has remained nearly steady from the previous assessment. Let's see, Prepare efforts to protect property should now be underway. We're not going to board up, but we are going to, of course, remove all the outdoor furniture, the patio heaters, cushions, etc. A few roads impassable from debris, particularly within urban or heavily wooded places. Hazardous driving conditions, so again, please don't drive. Flooding rain, latest local forecast. Rainfall amounts 2 to 4 inches with locally higher amounts. Threat to life and property, that includes typical forecast uncertainty in track size and intensity. Potential for major flooding rain. The flooding rain threat has remained nearly steady from the previous assessment. So 2 to 4 inches is quite a bit in a less than 24-hour period. So what else is going to happen is the drains in the courtyard don't drain that fast. Even though Ethan has unclogged them, they're still pretty slow to drain. So please don't walk through the courtyard. It's going to be a pool, most likely. It's going to be Lake Bistro Courtyard, maybe for a day or two. So let's try to stay away from those puddled water areas. Okay.
Debbie?
Yes.
May we call the chapel into the Red Chair Lounge for Sunday morning?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a safe idea, and I'll
Okay,
email.
well, several people here then will get the word that it's at 10:30 in the Red Chair Lounge, and many people will be telephoned.
Okay, so if you didn't hear that, we're going to move Sunday service from here on Sunday morning to the Red Chair Lounge. I will send Chaplain an email so that he'll know to just go ahead and effectuate your service in the Red Chair Lounge. Yes, Colleen?
Will the Walnut Village Transportation Group be working Monday?
I think it's going to be a wait and see. They're scheduled to come in. I think, there may be a period of complete downpour where it's just not safe to drive. I think we're going to have to see what this storm holds for us, honestly. I wish I could be more certain. Hi, Judy.
Will all of this information be in your Friday notice for people who aren't here?
Yes, this information is in the Friday memo, which the girls are putting together now to distribute. Okay. I'm going to kind of go through this pretty quickly because I have to keep on schedule. So the resident engagement survey results are in. We actually scored really well amongst our front porch sister communities. There are 4 different items that they're measuring. The voice is your engagement within the community, if you feel like you are heard. The connection is your engagement with others, and if there's opportunities to connect with others. Fulfillment, engagement with life goals, represents the degree to which the community fosters an environment in which residents can maintain a sense of purpose in life to pursue their goals. And well-being represents the degree to which a community provides comprehensive access to health and wellness resources. So, on that note, we scored, and keep in mind, it's kind of crazy. Anything 85 percentile and above is exceptional. Anything below 15% is bad. Anything between 16 percentile and 84 percentile is average. So that's a huge widespread. So for voice, you feel pretty well heard at in the 65th percentile. For connection, you feel there are a lot of opportunities to connect socially. So we did best there at 81st percentile. Fulfillment, your ability to pursue goals, we're the 60th percentile. And then your well-being, you feel like you're in the 64th percentile. So resident engagement survey, again, green is bad, orange is good. We're smack in the middle, so we're average, we're mid. We're mid. Okay, the highest scoring satisfaction factors, staff friendliness, yay. Wellness and fitness programs, good job. Preservation of dignity. The lowest scoring, and this makes perfect sense after the rate increase, annual community budget input, value for price paid, and quality of food. So, and we know that that goes kind of both ways. So, areas of strength for the resident engagement survey, understanding transition criteria, you feel like you understand that, and then the wellness and fitness programs, areas for opportunity, value for price paid, annual community budget input, quality of food, variety of menu selections, quality of dining experience, and encouraging independence. So I know that Kim and her team works really hard to make sure that you guys have a lot of variety, but there's always some folks who want to see something different. So Resident Council Executive Board is going to be putting together an ad hoc committee of about 12 residents or so who are solutions driven to really focus on these lower scoring areas, to meet weekly, to come up with ways that we can improve your experience. The whole idea of doing these surveys is to find out what you like, what you think we can do better, and then putting those requests into action. Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know I got to get going here, so we stay on time. But our highest scoring areas are the sense of belonging. So, and I think that's very true for our village. You guys are wonderful. You bring everyone in like a family, and I think that's what makes the village so special. Also, socially active as I'd like, and encouraging social interaction. Where you'd like to see us do a little bit better, transparency with residents, and again, that has a lot to do, I think, with the financials and your input into them. And we can say voice, a voice means, so overall, you feel like, I think you feel heard unless it comes to the budget process, which makes sense after that shocking increase. Again, let's see, I think I skipped one. Fulfillment, you feel pretty well fulfilled, mostly in the 60th percentile. Living the life you want to, maintain life from before, not so much. Feel challenged and stimulated. Your well-being, again, we came in at the 64th percentile, and you feel like you have the opportunity to maintain and improve your well-being and cope with challenges. And satisfaction results by factor, excuse me. The highest scoring were understanding transition criteria and wellness and fitness programs. The lowest, grab this DVD, so I can't say anything. At 19% was value for price paid, so we have to work on that for you guys. And then another low scoring one, this kind of surprised me. It's 33, where is it? It's cleanliness of community. That's the first time I've heard that one. It has something to do with the brown. Oh, sorry. It's one of the lower scoring factors was cleanliness of community, which kind of surprised me because I actually haven't heard that one before. But you never know. Maybe it was a bad day. Okay, and we talked about the resident engagement task force, so some of you may be called on to participate. Yes, Don?
Before you move on, it might be helpful here for some of us who are not statistically oriented that a percentile is not a percentage. Percentile simply means that, for example, if we're at the 80th percentile, then we did better than 80 other people, but 20 did better than we.
Correct, yes. So sorry about that, yes. So 80th percentile just means in the group, in the entire group who took this survey, we were better than 79%, and 20% were better than us. Yes, Terry?
Will this be, the survey results be posted someplace? This is a bit hard to read back here.
Yeah, good point, and I meant to say that. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this is in a binder in the library, if you don't mind, close to our financial binders, so that you can review it at any time. All right, thank you for all of your patience with that. Composting, you all got that letter from the city of Anaheim that we need to start composting. And I know Ethan is off today, and it's been his, he's trying to contact Republic to see if they will provide the little plastic container with the lid. And it's incredibly important, as we know with the bugs around here, to make sure when these are in your kitchen or under your sink, once you put your food scraps in there, the lid has to go back on. So the way that we're planning on doing this is a small bucket with a lid will be provided to you, we think. You will be provided with a biodegradable bag to line your compost bucket. Housekeeping will empty your compost bucket weekly on your housekeeping day. Please keep the lid on at all times to not attract bugs. And then we'll do a flyer so that you've got it, a laminated flyer. Acceptable items are fruits and vegetables, cheese and dairy, food soiled paper. So if you have a paper container with food soilage, that can go in there. Cooked meat and bones, and bread, grains, and pasta. Nothing else. Actually, something else. Weeds, but you guys don't have a lot of weeds in your apartment, so I left it out. No fats, oils, grease, trash, and pet waste or recyclables. And we're hoping to begin this on September 1st, which is quickly coming up. Yes, Judy?
The plastic containers that we bring our food home in would not go in there.
Correct, no plastic containers, paper only. Okay, so somebody wanted us updated on Summer House 2. Long story short, it's a bit of a mess. It's there was a lot of damage, a lot of water damage, and so the whole west wall, all of the stucco has been pulled off because the stucco was not even structurally sound anymore. So all of that is being pulled off. We had to also replace, and you can see these deep trenches, all these deep trenches. These are all new plumbing, ABS plumbing pipe that had to be laid because the old lead pipe was corrosive and corroded. So we are currently waiting for the city of Anaheim, even though it's exactly the same floor plan as the as-built submitted drawings, because it's new material, they're expecting the plan check to approve the new plans so that they can come in and inspect so that we can move forward. So that's what we're waiting on. They're doing some other things to stay on track. We have to replace the roof, obviously, because not only were the windows where all of the water damage got in, but also the roof was not properly repaired either. So what we have gotten done, plumbing replacement of all existing pipes, water damage repair, roof replacement scheduled in the next couple months, structural shoring continues, furniture, fixtures, and equipment has been selected, all new electrical wiring to be installed, cooling tower replacement ongoing, estimated date of completion still is June of 2024. And now I will invite, after my long-windedness, Pam to come up.
Thank you, Debbie. One thing I wanted to mention, because I'm a City of Anaheim resident as well, is pizza boxes are also part of that paper. Okay. The flu clinic, as most of you know, is September 12th this year. We're receiving little by little some of your submissions for flu. Please turn those in as soon as possible so I can get those to the pharmacy, especially if you're new. I'll need to submit all of your insurance information and that kind of stuff. Our podiatry visit on September 1st was changed. It was supposed to happen, I believe, next Friday. It is now September 1st. So we've been making calls to those of you who have signed up for podiatry that there is a change. We'll put something in the post just as a reminder that there is a date change for podiatry. Would be happy feet. Okay, for COVID, we're hoping to be working with Mercy Pharmacy again this year for the new COVID vaccine. I was told by our rep from Mercy that it's going to be ready at the end of September, early October. Right now we have the Ares dominant virus. That's what's going around right now. The XBB variant is kind of the one going away. And like Debbie said, this is lasting longer. I went to a meeting on Wednesday at corporate with all of my counterparts in my position, and this is going around in all of our buildings. One of our buildings actually has over 30 residents right now with COVID. So this is, when we say to be serious, I mean it, be serious. Don't take it lightly. More information is gonna come for the fall vaccine for COVID, but we do have a tentative date that Mercy will be here, would be October the 10th. So hopefully if they do get that vaccine, we can be one of the first to get that vaccine in the building. By a raise of hands, about how many of you are interested in getting the new vaccine? Perfect, great, that's wonderful. Let me see what else I was gonna talk to you about. Okay, the RSV, people were asking about RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, hard to say, I can't say. RSV, okay. The symptoms for RSV are similar to a mild flu, okay? Stuffy runny nose, mild headache, mild fever, mild cough. Unless you're immunocompromised with, let's say, COPD, CHF, then you might get it a little bit worse. You might have discoloration of the skin, difficulty breathing, rapid breathing, wheezing, severe cough, and a higher fever. This is when we do call your doctor. Prior to doing the vaccine, Mercy Pharmacy is also going to be able to do an RSV clinic if we want to. That vaccine, again, is not available. It will be at the beginning of the fall when that will be available. She's going to let us know. The common tests and procedures, again, it is a nose swab. We will not be doing the RSV swabbing here. Currently, that's what I've been told. You would be doing that at your doctor's office. So those of you who do want to get it, I would suggest you might have a chat with your doctor to see if this is something that you're going to want to do. Again, prevention is the same as with COVID. If you're coughing, cover your mouth, use a tissue, use your arm. That's how it spreads, not unlike COVID or any other virus that we're talking about. It also, we're going to go into the fall, the fist bump again, because shaking hands is another way you can get any of these viruses. Not unlike our norovirus that we always talk about too. It'll stay in an inanimate object, the door handles, for a very long period of time. So good hand washing, good hand hygiene, keeping our doorknobs clean. We'll be working again this fall with housekeeping to make sure that we do deep cleaning of the common areas. Let me see. I think that's about it. Any questions on RSV? Oh, one thing I did want to mention about RSV. RSV comes a lot from children. In all of my reading and research talking about RSV, children are now going back into school. Kids in the fall, they get those coughs. They spread it at home. Your kids will bring it here. That's how it's spread. A lot of it is through school-age younger children, and that's how it spreads so fast in schools. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
By the way, I went and bought, I cleaned out Home Depot close by, 67 flashlights. How many of you have flashlights in your apartment? Oh, good, quite a few. I'm gonna see if I can go to the other Home Depot in Garden Grove and see if I can get a few more flashlights. I just wanna be prepared. Should it happen, because it won't be available probably this weekend.
You know that we had a lot of flashlights from the earthquake.
Yeah, you guys, all the earthquake committee has them, right?
We do, but there was some left over.
That you gave to me?
Yeah, I put them in the copy room, behind the copy machine.
Oh.
On that shelf.
Oh, awesome. Oh, thank you. I'll double check. I think we have enough then. Hey, Don.
It might be advantageous also to pick up some batteries.
Oh, we have batteries, lots of batteries.
Okay.
Thank you.
We took the batteries out.
Yeah.
They were with them.
And we have a lot in the maintenance office.
You might want to ask also, we have a few people who have lanterns, and they sit on the table, and they're easier to use, because you
Yeah.
don't have to hang on to them.
Talk about lanterns. Does anyone have lanterns here? Okay, good. We can bring those down to the dining room maybe if we have to gather and stay safe. Okay, I'm going to invite Ms. Susan up for sales and marketing updates.
Okay, I will make this really fast today because it's getting close to the witching hour. We did not win best of, but we were definitely a finalist. So next year for the LA Times survey that you all participated in, let's gear up for being best of rather than just the finalist. But there were 8 finalists and only 1 winner. We had our luau, you may have noticed with us. Marketing had some guests as well. So we were planning on 15. One of the gentlemen wasn't able to come, so 14 came. They all want to be here, but the usual statement that everybody makes till they decide they're not quite ready yet. But one, I pushed him a little bit harder the next day. So hopefully when we have this 3rd floor apartment opening, he'll decide that it is a good time to come. So in this past Saturday, we had a new resident moved in, Arlene Scalise. Some of you might have met her already, but she is in accommodation 245. She had been a real estate agent in her career, or a real estate broker. She has 3 daughters who were very supportive of her and in this move. Some of the things that she enjoys is jacuzzing and also playing Scrabble and volunteering, which is great to hear for our committees. Other incoming residents will be here in September, late September on the 28th, are Jeannie Page Peterson and Phil Peterson. They've been on my wait list for quite some time, and they finally made the decision that they're going to move, and they're moving into a 2-bedroom Santa Barbara, number 235. News that just happened, the photo shoot, several of you in here are part of the photo shoot that we were planning to do on Tuesday. While I was sitting over there, I got a response from the photographer director who happens to be in Florida right now. So we've decided we're going to postpone the photo shoot that was scheduled for Tuesday. I will be reaching out to you. They're asking me for maybe possibly Friday of next week, but I don't know what any of your schedules are. But when I get back in the office, I will be contacting all of you that agreed to do that. So sales and marketing, Marina and I are both continuing our our outreach to the different sources with the health centers. and also churches, realtors, and then our referral agents. Yes, Marilyn?
We were introduced to the new resident as Irene Scalise,
Oh.
and her sign on her door says Irene.
Okay, okay.
So you need to be sure which is which.
It is, then it must be Irene.
It's Irene.
Okay, okay. And she'll be getting a name badge soon. Usually we wait till we have a couple that we can order to save on a little bit of the shipping cost. And that's it. Okay, any other questions?
Thank you, Susan. And next up is, sorry, maintenance. So I will be Ethan. Because you love so much the new color of the front balls, we've decided to repaint them. We're going with a lovely green. It's gonna have a reflective paint in it, a reflective additive, so you'll see it at night when you use your headlights. So that's going to be repainted. The balls will be repainted next week. Maintenance is continuing to work on HVAC for the hallways. We noticed that, you all noticed, if you're on the third floor, it's a lot warmer on the third floor than the second floor. So they're continuing to work that to get them all working properly. Lighting retrofit for the hallways is still in progress. In other words, from whatever the old-fashioned lighting used to be called to the LED. 80% of the second floor is complete. And then a reminder to please call the front desk for any work orders or maintenance issues you may have, so proper work orders can be documented. If messages are left on Ethan's phone in his office on Friday evening, it won't be addressed until he returns on Monday morning, so that just ties you up longer. Okay, I'm gonna invite Kim up here to talk about the dining updates.
Thank you. So Doug and Ellen Boston said to me, we have Meatless Monday, how about Taco Tuesday? So starting on Tuesday, and it will be every Tuesday. Tacos will be a 2-point option on the Mosaics in the Grove menu. It'll be 3 crunchy Taco Bell style tacos. And again, that'll start this Tuesday and will only be on Tuesdays. It'll truly be a Taco Tuesday option. Thank you to Bob Crishfield for adding over 160 new songs on the iPad that operates the player piano in the Red Chair Lounge. So we will set up the piano to play each evening when there isn't an entertainer playing during happy hour. The chef's ice cream for September the flavor was suggested by Robin Smith, and that will be peanut butter chocolate chip. And just a reminder to everyone, I am a registered dietitian, so if anybody wants to meet with me one-on-one to talk about any special dietary needs that you might have, please contact me and we'll schedule an appointment that works well for you. And a staffing update, Dwayne Cruz, he's only been here a year. You might know him from the bistro. He works lunch and then kind of closes the bistro if you've ever used any of the later hours. He did give his 2 weeks notice and his last day will be August 28th. And I already have interviews set up for Monday and Tuesday, so hopefully we get a replacement for him soon. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will there be corn tacos as well as wheat, or will they be all corn?
The shells will be the corn, the crunchy corn shells, yes. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so I'm just thinking, if we have Meatless Monday and Taco Tuesday, why not Wednesday?
Meatball Wednesday.
Just throwing it out there, Meatball Wednesday. I'm gonna ask Sandy to make her way up here. She can talk to you a little bit about, of course, the usual reminders about scams, and then somebody else wanted some information on how to stream. So Sandy's gonna spend a little time with that.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. All right, so the usual scams, be very diligent. If you're not sure, give me a call. With your emails, make sure to check who it is from. If you click on the name of who sent it to you, you can actually see the address of who it came from. Sometimes it's just a bunch of gibberish and looks like someone just had fun at the keyboard and it doesn't make any sense. So it's definitely not from a reputable company then. Again, with phone calls, emails, and text, just make sure. I have heard that the one going around again, and people are still falling for it, not here, but I've heard other places, is with the grandson calling the grandparent and asking for money. I did hear recently that someone did fall for that. So just be careful. If you're not sure if it might be that person, call your relatives and find out for sure. And then with the streaming, so I have a picture here of what it would normally look like on your TV. So if you have a newer TV, a smart TV, or if you have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, it might look similar to this. You have a bunch of apps or icons where you are able to stream, but 90% of these do cost money. It is a subscription, so they're not free. If you have a Roku channel does have a free channel. Or if you have a Samsung Smart TV, Samsung has some free channels. But other than the device with the same name, all those other icons do cost money. So there was a few people that thought all of that was free and included. So I just wanted to put that out and make sure you understood that it does cost money. It is a monthly subscription or an annual fee. And if you're interested in finding out about any of that, just ask me and I can help you with that.
Do you need to subscribe to an internet provider?
So we do have our own internet. If you want faster, there are a few people that do have their own internet provider, but you can still stream these through our internet that we provide. Yes, Don?
Sandy, I'm getting more frequently advice on my screen that says not connected to the internet. Is there some change that's going on?
So I have heard that recently, and we do have our IT from Glendale working on that. And if any of you do have that come up, please let me know so I can let them know the apartment numbers there's certain areas that are getting hit harder with that, and they're trying to work on making that better. So please let me know what apartment numbers are having those issues, if it's falling off the internet on your TV or your computer or whatever device that you're using. Let me know or ask me to come up and take a look and see what's going on.
Thank you.
Or we are trying to address that. Yes?
Could you repeat his question? He's talking forward and we couldn't hear it back there.
Okay, so a lot of people are having issues where either their computer or TV are falling off the internet and it says you're not connected to the internet. So if you're having that issue, please let me know so I can let our IT team at Glendale know and they can work on fixing that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. And, sorry. Actually, that was one of the last slides and I missed it. If you're losing connection at all, please let Sandy know. Tell me what you were using, your TV, laptop, phone, or iPad, and if you have a router or not, and then Sandy's compiling the list. Okay, spirituality updates, that's me again. Sunday morning church service, church on premises with services every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Just to reiterate, if you weren't here earlier, we are doing Sunday service in the Red Chair Lounge this Sunday to avoid having to deal with walking in rain and wind. Also, the weekly Bible discussions every Wednesday morning at 10:30 in the LLC, and then the women's Bible study now on Thursday afternoons at 1 p.m. in apartment 347. Continuing with the Roman Catholic Church service, the first and third Mondays of the month at 10:30 a.m. here in the chapel. Of course, the monthly newsletter, the Chapel News. A new edition is available the first Tuesday of the month in the Post, and the chaplain is available in the San Andreas Vault every Sunday and every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for an hour. And I will invite Brian up now.
Keep this really quick. I know, I got like 45 seconds. Just a friendly reminder of some things happening regarding the Wellbeing Center. On Thursday, we have our quarterly balance screening. Remember, it's not pass, it's not fail, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just numbers. It's your own numbers. It's not compared to X, Y, or Z, it's information for you, compared against you. And it's just data. It's a way to track progress for how you're doing. If you're putting in the work, hopefully those numbers are projected to go up. If maybe you've had some things go on, maybe we haven't been doing as much, maybe those numbers might be a little lower. But again, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just numbers. So don't be discouraged if, oh, I can't do it or anything like that. It's just numbers, again, not good, not bad. I hope to see a lot of you there to participate. Also, next Friday, the tropical storm should be gone. Hopefully the beach is still there. Hopefully the boardwalk is still there, because we were planning on going for a walk down there. So assuming it doesn't wash out, that's still the plan. We'd love to have as many of you join us as we can. It should be a, knock on wood, a lovely day, hopefully, for us. And then I was gonna potentially kind of try and guilt everyone into exercise, but after I did a quick scan of the room, you're all pretty darn active, quite frankly. So it's not going to apply all that much. But, friendly reminder, if your neighbors that might not be here, that might not be putting in as much effort and getting around as much as you, that it's always good. Stay moving. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the gym. I'd love it if it was. There's no substitute for walking, getting around, moving, anything you can. Who's actually getting their recommended 150 minutes of exercise a week? You don't have to answer. It was more of a rhetorical question, but I do appreciate the hands, though. Like I said, most people in this room are pretty darn active, so I would agree with that. But again, stay active, stay moving. That's the one thing that we can't do for you at Walnut Village, right? Unfortunately. We can tell you what to do, when to do it, how often to do it, but it still takes a little bit of effort for you. And remember, a little effort does go a long way. I'll get off my soapbox. Any questions, though? Hopefully that was short enough.
That was awesome. And Judy was kind enough to make the Life Enrichment update pretty short today. I think she's still in an outing. So just quickly, if you have lost anything, this is a reminder, please check the welcome desk. They have access to the little cubby where we keep a lot of the lost and found items. There's usually like one hearing aid or a key or a fob. Or an earring. So if you've lost anything, please check first with the front desk. Beatlemania concert, Saturday, August 26th. That's next Saturday after this one. Depart at 6:15. And then Monday, September 4th is Labor Day already. This year has gone so fast. 2 o'clock bingo in the LLC. And then 3:30 the Dixie Delics. So that should be fun. And then, of course, what we've all been looking forward to, or 34 of you anyway, September 5th through 8th, trip to Sedona, which should be pretty awesome. And on the final note, I'm leaving you with gratitude helps us to see what is there instead of what it isn't. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry, stay safe.
You got 30 seconds.
Well, in that case, have I told you the story about...
This guy walked into a bar.
This guy walked into a bar, and another guy walked into a bar. All right, have a good weekend. Bye.